Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today or whatever? So today we definitely have a story time. You guys see the title. I filmed this story time like about how long ago did I film this story time? I filmed this story time like a good month and a half ago, but something happened with the hair company and they was bugging, and yeah, I didn't get to show the story time because they weren't trying to give me my coins, you feel me? So we're gonna refilm this story time with no hair company. Okay, yeah, okay, we get it. Here they come, y'all. Here they come. You don't need makeup, you look better without it. Here they come, y'all. They rolling in, they getting ready to type. I am very appreciative that you guys think I look very pretty without makeup. I know I look pretty without makeup. Not everyone wears makeup because they think that they are ugly. I wish you guys to take this misconception out of your head. Not everyone wears makeup because they think they're ugly. Some people like to wear makeup. Some people are very artistic. I am a very artistic person. I started off wearing makeup when I was a young girl. My dad is an artist. He used to have us drawing when we were little kids. He used to force us to sit on the table and draw from scratch and then paint later on. As I started getting older, I started liking to do makeup, to draw on my eyes. I could draw anything, really. Like, I could draw SpongeBob on my face. I could do anything. So that's the reason why I like makeup. Now, I don't be having the energy to come on here with those type of looks. But if you guys follow my socials, you guys know I might bust out a look every now and then. So whenever I wear makeup, I'm not wearing makeup because I'm insecure of my natural beauty. 9 times out of 10, if you guys do not see me on camera, I will be in a bare face. I know how I look. I know I look cute without makeup. Please stop with the comments. I'm tired of it. Just because I look good without makeup does not mean that I can't wear makeup, okay? I worked at Ulta for 3 years. I bought so much makeup. I'm not just gonna let it go to waste because you guys don't think I need makeup on me. That's the first disclaimer. Second disclaimer, are you subscribed to the channel? If you are subscribed, go ahead and turn on the post notifications because people have been telling me that they do not get my videos recommended to them anymore ever since they started subscribing. So just go ahead and click that bell and you'll get your videos recommended to me. Also, I dropped a story time the other day. You guys should definitely check it out. I'm about to get into the video, but before we get into the video, you know your girl has to support small business. So this business is a lash business, Blink Assassin. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. And she sent me some lashes, and I'm about to show. Well, first of all, let's talk about the packaging. Okay, lashes came in this pretty pink type of bag with like gold lettering or whatever you guys want to call it. Gold lining. And if you guys don't know, one of my favorite colors is pink. So this was so cute. It came scrunched up like this, and she sent me some lashes. So I'm about to show you guys. She has all types of different lashes on her page. These are not the only ones she has because I know not everyone likes to wear, you know, big lashes. So these ones are called Aphrodite, and this is how they look. They are very flowy. They are kind of spacious, but not at the same time, and they are very long, and they are very wispy. Like I said before, if you guys are not wispy lovers, you guys might not like these lashes. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a wispy lover. I like how hers, they just flip open, but I really like this packaging more because this packaging, you get to slide it. It's a little bit more fancy, more nice looking, more elegant, and then like it looks rich. It's giving boss bitch. Ain't that what Mulatto said? This one is called Mercy. That's a baby. Now these are very wispy. Now this came with, I don't really know what this is doing over here. Maybe the lashes got messed up. I might have to cut those ends off because I don't like when my lashes sit so far apart like that. But these are very wispy, and also the lashes do cross across each other, which will kind of give you a little bit more volume. So I can't wait to wear these type of lashes. I don't really go for these type of lashes, but I really like, you know, the ones that crisscross over each other. I don't really go for them, but I definitely would like to check it out, and I would definitely like to see if I would like this. And then this one we have is called Mystic, and I really love Mystic. Like, I really, really love Mystic. This is like more up my alley. These hairs at the very top kind of make the lashes more fluttery, more wispy like. And like I said before, the packaging is just beautiful. I really like it. And yeah, I really like the slip out. I wish that all the lashes had the slip outs. And I mean, I don't mind this, I'm used to this, but I would have preferred if all the lashes had a slip out. And even in the back of the thing, she has her brand name from her Instagram, which I am going to leave down below if you guys want to purchase some lashes. And she also has a saying that says, release your inner brat. Sorry, I already released it. Too late. And then this one is the last one. And what's this shade called? This one, I said shade like it's a lip gloss. This name of these lashes is called Sniper. And there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Like, I guess she forgot to send the other lash. Like, I mean, this is just so unprofessional. Like, if you're gonna send lashes, you have to make sure you send all the lashes. Like, I'm just playing, guys. It's on my eye. I play too much. Now let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can see how they look. Please do not come for me in the comments. You don't know what you're doing. Please stop. Now, baby, when I seen these lashes, y'all see these? Do y'all see these lashes? These are the type of lashes that your girl wears. These are my type of lashes. These are right up my alley. So definitely Sniper ended up becoming my most favorite lashes out of the whole lash collection. They are definitely me, and they are definitely the type of lashes that I will get at the beauty supply, because I be buying beauty supply lashes. They are definitely the type. I know some people might come in the comments and try to tell people, you don't need to be wearing all those big lashes. Do not listen to nobody. Wear what you want to wear. Not everybody looks good in small lashes, and not everyone looks good in big lashes. Wear what you think looks good for you. I have predominantly big eyes. I look very nice in big lashes because I have big eyes. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there are days where I do tone it down with smaller lashes, but for the most part, I like my big lashes. They complement my eyes really good. So don't let nobody try to tell you that your lashes are inappropriate or your lashes are too big. Don't let nobody try to, especially these older, I've had like a lot of older women come in my comments and say, honey, those lashes are unacceptable. Look, honey, I know that y'all didn't wear big lashes like this in your times, but honey, times have changed. Let us go through our era. Let us feel comfortable with wearing what we want to wear until we look in the mirror one day and say, no, something has to change. We are all going to grow up one day, okay? There was a time period when we were young, we thought pink lipstick like Nicki Minaj was cute on us, with no lip liner, no nothing, just pink lipstick going, and then when we got older, we figured out that pink lipstick with no lip liner, no nothing was ugly, okay? So let everybody go through their transitions, okay? It's gonna be fine. You telling me that I don't need to wear it is not gonna make me not want to wear it. God. And I'm sorry that I'm ranting, but it's like, I'm tired of people telling me what to do as if I'm gonna listen to you. But yeah, y'all, so like I said before, her name is called Blink Assassin, and I'm going to leave her page down below. You guys should definitely check it out. Let me know if you guys like any of the lashes that you pick out. Just let me know. We're about to get into this story time though. Alrighty, now my camera might die because I only have one bar left, but I have way more battery. So if you guys see the video, just click off. Just know that my camera died. But we are going to name this teacher, I'm gonna call him Mr. Army, which is the opposite of the, yeah, that's his name. His name is the opposite of the army. So when you think of the army and you think of the opposite of the army, what's the opposite of the army? Y'all know it. Y'all know it. So that is his name, and this man is very petty. I don't know if he will ever come across my video. I very much so doubt it, but I don't even want to play those type of games with him because he is such a petty pervert teacher. And I have so many different series on this guy, so y'all sit back, y'all buckle up y'all seatbelts, and y'all get ready for the ride because this man did a lot. Okay, took this teacher, this story time is gonna low-key be the introduction to him. Okay, now I took this teacher in my 11th grade year, and he taught US history. Let me just give you guys a visualization of what happened when we first got to the schoolhouse. So on the first day of school, I think we took him for lunch period, because what we would do is we would sit in his class for a good 10 minutes, and then we would go to lunch, and then we would come back and we would finish the rest of the class. So when we first got to the class, he didn't say hi to us. He didn't say, hi, my name is such and such. He didn't say nothing. Like, he literally me-mugged us. And we all were thinking, like, what's wrong with this man? Like, does he have an issue with us? Like, we were so confused. We were like, does this man have an issue with us or what? Like, why is he just me-mugging us? Like, literally, when we were walking in, he sat at his desk and he was doing this. And mind you, when he saw me, he was like, I'm looking like, I started looking down at my body like, did I accidentally spill something on me in the hallways? Like, why is he looking at me like that? I have never heard of this teacher when I was in 10th grade. Never heard nothing about him. But I guess because we were in 10th grade, we didn't really know much about him unless you were friends with the 11th graders. And I was not friends with the 11th graders. As you guys know, all the upperclassmen hated me. So we never knew nothing about him. But it's so funny because it's like, as soon as we got to his class, all the 11th graders started telling us good luck. And I'm looking like, good luck for what? Like, I'm thinking that they're saying good luck because he's a hard teacher. I'm thinking they're saying good luck because his class is hard. No, they're saying good luck because of him. And so now I'm thinking, what does this man do that has the whole school saying good luck as we enter this class? So he does not say nothing to us. He continues to play on his computer. He ignores us. And then the bell rings for us to go to lunch. So we go to lunch and we come back, and he still does not say nothing to us for the rest of the time being. So we end up leaving. The class period is over with. That day is over with. We end up going back. We end up going to the next class period. Now, as we ended up going to the next class period, the next day comes. The second day is the day he decided to introduce himself. Stood up, and he literally was like, and this is how he used to talk, y'all. Rule number 1. That's how he talked. No. He was like, rule number 1. Come into class, sit down, no talking, no playing, don't do nothing. Mind you, we're just looking like, he didn't even say, hello, my name is Mr. Army, this and that. No. He started off telling us rules. He said, rule number 2. So I'm like, what's rule number 2? He's like, if you decide that you want to come into my class and act a fool, we will get you kicked out of this school. Now, how in the hell am I going to get kicked out of the school for coming to your class and acting a fool? I have to do more than that to get kicked out of the school. What are you talking about? He talking about some, rule number 3. If you fail the quiz, we will call your mother. I'm like, you calling my mom because I failed the quiz? Where they do that at? You just supposed to give me the grade, and we supposed to keep it pushing, and hopefully I do better on the next quiz. You're not supposed to call our parents because we fell in the quizzes. He talking about something, if you fail the quiz again, we gonna call the APs. Now, if you guys don't know what the APs are the assistant principals. Why do you want to call the assistant principals because I'm failing quizzes? Like, where they do that at? Like, what sense are you making? What logical sense are you making to where you feel like you need to call the APs because I am failing a quiz? You call the APs when the student is acting out in class, not when the student is dumb. He told my son, if you still can't get it right, we will go to the principal to try to get you ready to get out of this school and go to MR Wood. Now, if you guys don't know what MR Wood is, y'all need to look at my previous story times when I got kicked out of the school. He talking about going to alternative school. You don't call my parents because I'm dumb. You don't call the APs because I'm dumb. And you don't go to alternative school for being dumb. What are you talking about? And then on top of that, what is your name? If we didn't have our schedules, we would have never even known what this man's name was. He still had yet to say, hey guys, my name is such and such. He's talking about rules. It's like, you know those teachers who automatically think that y'all are gonna be problems? Like, they on the first day of school make it look like y'all are gonna be troublesome, like the class is gonna be bad. That's the vibe he was giving. Then he told my son the reason why he did not talk to us yesterday is because he wanted to see who was friends with who, and he mapped everyone down. So I'm guessing when we walked into class, we all sat in desks. There are people that we were cool with. Now me, I was not really cool with nobody in that class. That was one of them classes where I didn't really know no one like that. I mean, I knew faces, but like I didn't really know people like that. So I just sat wherever. So I didn't really talk to no one in the class. But I'm guessing yesterday he spent the day before yesterday before today was today when he was giving rules. Yesterday he spent that whole day basically trying to see who was friends with who so he could separate them. Bro, start teaching U.S. history. Like, this is not U.S. history, bro. Like, you're playing. He started basically calling people's names, and he was saying, like, what's your name? And the people was like, let's say this one boy, he was like, my name's Roberto. He's like, Roberto, move across this room. I seen you playing with Alex yesterday. You were hanging out. Is that your friend? And so people started lying, talking about, so that's not my friend. Like, trying to lie so they could sit near their friends. He talking about, so don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. So the boy Roberto, he basically rearranged the whole classroom. Like, nobody was sitting there, their friends by the end of it. Everyone was me bugging him. Everyone was like, bro, what's wrong with this nigga? Like, he tripping. He didn't move me because, like I said before, I did not know no one in that class. So I did not talk to anyone in that classroom. So he did not move me at all. Like, he literally I literally sat in the seat that I sat in the first day. But he did move this one girl next to me, and me and her ended up becoming friends. And we're gonna name her Couture. So we're gonna start talking about me and Couture's friendship, and then we're gonna bring it back to Mr. Army and how much he hated that friendship, because he hated me and Couture's friendship with a passion. And yeah, me and Couture, we started talking to each other because he sat us next to each other. And that's honestly why I don't really understand why teachers like to move people around in high school, because if you're someone like me, I can talk to anybody. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, sure enough, me and Couture started talking to each other, and we became friends like really quick. Like, I think within a week of us sitting next to each other, we became very, very cool friends. We actually became best friends, or close to best friends, if you would ask. So me and Couture now are hanging out with each other, and you could tell that Mr. Army does not like it. Like, you could tell. So what he ends up doing is, for some unknown reason, Mr. Army thought I was dumb. I don't know why, but he thought I was cheating. So the quizzes that we used to take and the homework that we used to turn in, I was always getting 100s. As far as I'm concerned, history is so easy. You just have to memorize stuff that happened. You know what I mean? So history was not hard to me at all. You just have to keep memorizing. Okay, this happened. Okay, this happened. It wasn't hard. I don't know what he thought, but I'm guessing he thought that I was cheating. So he ended up moving me away from Couture. He thought I was cheating on Couture's paper, which I wasn't at all. Like, at all. If anything, there were some days that Couture was cheating on my shit, or there were some days that me and Couture was cheating on this other girl shit, but he didn't suspect it. And the thing is, we never cheated on like her quizzes or anything. We used to cheat on her homeworks, so we would cheat on them before we come to class. So his ass never really known, but he swore up and down that I was cheating on Couture's quizzes. He swore up and down that I was cheating on her shit, and I wasn't. This was from the dome. And then on top of that, he did not like our friendship. We used to laugh. We used to talk a lot. We used to play a lot. So he ended up moving me. He moved me across the room away from her. I'm not gonna lie. Couture was a little bad, because soon enough, slowly but surely, okay, let me give you guys a visualization so you guys can see what I'm trying to say. Now, basically, the way this class was set up was the door is right there. Like, that's the entry to the classroom, and we're facing away from the door. So it's like I'm facing the camera, and there's rows of desks, rows of desks, rows of desks. So me and Couture was sitting on this, like on this side of the classroom. He moved me to this side of the classroom. So Couture was still sitting on this side of the class. What Couture would do every week is Couture will move a row down. So she would move on the side. So like, pretend Couture was sitting here and I was sitting here. The next week, Couture would move into a desk that was next to her. And he wouldn't notice, because I don't know, he just would not notice that she was moving. Class was very bad, so I don't think he was paying too much attention to her moving. Next week, so she'll be sitting here and I'll be sitting here, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I was very childish. I'll be like, Couture, come on, come on. So she'll move a next seat, and sure enough, before you know it, me and Couture was sitting next to each other again. And he was like, like, he used to talk like that. He'd be like, move, go back now, move, go back. Like, that's how he used to talk. Like, first of all, sir, you need to calm down. Like, calm down. I'm not a cop. Calm. Like, calm down. Like, for real, calm the hell down type shit. So at this point, we're looking at him like, hey, you're doing a little too much. Like, you're doing a little too much, sir. So he's like, no, you're not supposed to. So he's yelling. So Couture's like, bro, it's not even that deep. Like, you sat me next to her in the beginning. Like, why are you moving us now? This is and that, da da da. So he gave up, right? So sure enough, this class was very bad. And sure enough, first of all, the class wasn't that bad, but he told his other classes that we were by far the worst class he's ever had. In my honest opinion, you guys know I would tell you when a class is bad. I do not feel like that class was bad, but like I said, Mr. Army, he just used to force. So Mr. Army thought that our class was bad, and I'm about to get into what he started trying to do to make our class better. But before I get into it, let me start talking about Mr. Army's pervertish ways. Now, Mr. Army, whenever the bell rung, Mr. Army would literally get up and walk really fast to the hallway. And you know those teachers, you know, there's like two different types of teachers. Well, three different types. There's teachers that go to the next door teachers' classes during hallway transition and converse with the other teacher. There's teachers that just sit at their desk. And then there's teachers that stand outside the hallway and like look at the kids. Mr. Army was the teacher who stood outside the hallway and stared at the kids. But the problem was Mr. Army only stared at the girls. And then another problem was Mr. Army only stared at the girls' asses, titties. Anything that was pervertish for a grown-ass man to be looking at, Mr. Army was looking at. And he didn't hide it, y'all. He did not hide it. He did not hide it. He did not hide it. Mr. Army will literally be looking at you like this. He would deadass be looking like this. It's like he will follow ass from left to right. He would not take his eyes off of it. He did not care about who was watching. So everybody started calling him a pervert. Everyone said that he was a pervert. But you know, I was just thinking, well, maybe he just has wandering eyes. You know, maybe he just has wandering eyes. But no, y'all. It got worse. Now, one thing about Mr. Army was that Mr. Army was a very passionate ass teacher. Now, Mr. Army, the way he would teach, like, Mr. Army was a lot of negative things, y'all. But Mr. Army could teach. There was a time that Mr. Army was teaching us some history, right? And I'm trying to search it up on my phone so I can relate it to what he was talking about. Then he started talking about this woman that was in the 1950s, and then I guess they called her the sex kitten. Yeah, it was a French woman. I'm reading it now. It was a French woman in the 1950s, and they called her name, I guess her name was Bridget Bardette, and he related it to war or something. I guess there was a time that like the guys were going to war, and like she was considered, like she was, I guess, the first woman to be called the sex kitten, because I'm guessing throughout that, I don't know. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm trying to make up stuff, so don't even believe me if I'm talking. Just let me talk. But basically, there was a woman back in the days that they used to call the sex kitten, and her name was Bridget, and she was like one of the first women who was called the sex kitten, because you know, like, y'all know when somebody calls somebody a sex kitten, y'all already know what that means. And if you guys do not know what a sex kitten is, it's like referring to like a provocative woman in like a sexual manner. Like, she has sexual dominance, she exudes sexual energy. And y'all, like I said, Mr. Army was very passionate of his teaching. Like, he used to teach us, and he used to be like, rule number 1, when the First Amendment came about. Like, that's how he used to teach. When Mr. Army started talking about the sex kitten, he went from the First Amendment states to, they called her the sex kitten. Who? Did they call it, or did you? I got scared, y'all. I deadass was like, nah. And so, mind you, I went from just, you know, taking notes to looking up. Like, y'all, I kid y'all not. I'm not even trying to be funny. The way he was talking about this sex kitten lady, I wasn't surprised that his dick didn't get hard. Like the way he was talking about this lady as if he himself had a sexual experience with her, as if he laid down with her back in the 50s and we didn't know nothing about it. I mean, he was salivating at the side of his fucking crevices of his lips, y'all, talking about this lady. As if he knew her. So mind you, I'm looking up at him. Like, I went from taking notes to going like, and so I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm tripping. Let me look at the class so I can see the class's facial expression. So I'm looking to the right, I'm looking to the left, and I'm seeing everybody look up like nigga, are you thinking of her? Like, do you know her personally? So at this point, I'm like, nah, this man is nasty. Like, this man is freaking nasty. This is the third thing that let me know this man is a pervert. Sure enough, people started failing throughout the school year, which I really don't even understand why, because he was a very good teacher. I don't understand why people were failing, but basically people started failing throughout the school year, so he started giving tutorials. But bitch, here's the catch. The army started giving tutorials to girls only. Of course, he didn't want to sound so perverted, so he didn't say, oh, I only give tutorials to girls only, I don't give tutorials to guys. No. He didn't say that. But what he did say was, he gave tutorials, and then guys will ask him, when are your tutorials, like what days, and like, you know, ask him information, and he will literally say, don't come to my tutorials. He will tell the guys not to come to his tutorials, and the guys will be like, why not? And he'll be like, you playing in my class. That's how he used to talk, y'all. I'm not even trying to be funny. You playing in my class, you don't know when to stop, do you want to come to tutorials? Don't come to tutorials. Don't come to tutorials. I'm not going to accept you in my classroom. Don't come to tutorials. Same girl that was playing in his class, talking while he was teaching, not following directions, would raise her hand and say, Mr. Army, when are your tutorials? And he would specifically tell that girl, see me at the class. That's how he used to talk, y'all. He'd be like, see me at the class. Basically, so he could tell the girl in private when his tutorials were, so the guys couldn't hear it. I went to one of his tutorials one time, and I didn't go to the tutorials. I went to talk to him about something, and it was nothing but girls in the after school tutorials. It was nothing but girls, like about a good 10-15 girls from different classrooms in that tutorials. I did not see not one man, and I know for a given fact that niggas was failing that class. And when I started talking to different classes, they literally started saying that this man will make sure that the guys don't come to the tutorials. He'll say, no, the guys cannot come to the tutorials because the guys are bad, this and that, blah, 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 A, B, C, D. But what would he do? What would he do, y'all? He will let the girls that were bad, that were disruptive, that were disrespectful come to the tutorials. So at that moment, if you guys don't see nothing, if you guys don't see nothing weird about that, then I quite frankly don't even know what to tell y'all. Like, that is weird. First of all, he runs when the bell rings to be in the hallway so he can look at girls' asses. He only gives tutorials to girls, and when he's talking about this sex kitten lady, he's what's that word called? Salivating. Y'all know what I mean. He's salivating. He's salivating at the crevices of his corners of his mouth, y'all. This man is a pervert. If he's not a pervert, he's sex driven, but even then he is still a pervert because he's looking at underage girls. Now, this is the specific day that I told my friend Couture, do not go to his tutorials. Because I told her, I was like, you know, Mr. Army has nothing but girls in his tutorials. And she was like, are you dead ass? I was like, girl, yeah. I was like, don't go to his tutorials. Like, I told her straight up, do not go to his tutorials. She's like, girl, I'm not finna go to his tutorials. I'm like, okay, don't go. Like, you saying you're not finna go, please do not go to his tutorials. The next week, she called my phone. And her calling my phone was normal. We talked on the phone all the time. But then she told me, I'm never going to Mr. Army's tutorials again. And I'm like, why did you go to his tutorials in the first place? And she was like, well, I needed help. I guess we had like a homework that she didn't know how to do, and she needed help, so he told her to come to tutorials. And I feel like he tried to use tutorials as a way to lure girls in and to also see which girls were about that action, because you know some girls sleep with teachers. Some girls do. Let's just call it what it is. Now, I'm not blaming the girls, because you a grown-ass man, you a grown-ass woman, and you know that you're not supposed to be touching kids at school, but at the same time, some kids be body about it. He will always invite the girls to tutorials, and this specific day she went to his tutorials. She said that he started off talking about the work, He started off giving her help on the work, and slowly, like when I say slowly but surely, he started talking about her address. Now, my old friend Couture lived right next to the school. Me and her lived in the same neighborhood. So he started saying, because you know, I don't know about you guys, but at our high school, once your teacher pulls up your name, you can see your first, your last name, your date of birth, your sex, and where you live. For some unknown reason, Mr. Army decided to search up my friend Couture's first and last name and find her address. Then he started talking about, so I was looking because, you know, he tried to make up a lie, trying to make it look like he was searching her name up because she was coming to tutorials. You know who this student is. You don't need to search her name up in the system because she's coming to tutorials. He's talking about, so I was looking in the registry or whatnot for your name, and I don't know if it's true or not, but it looks like you live near the school. Do you live near the school? If I tell you yes, are you gonna come and fuck me? Why are you, as a grown-ass man, asking me if I live near the school, first of all? Second of all, you have our addresses in the system. If it's showing 5 minutes away, then yes, I live near the school. You know this. Like, where are you going with this, sir? Where are you going? She started getting hesitant and was like, I don't live too far from the school. He asked her, where you live? He literally asked just like that. He said, where you live? She was like, I live around like this neighborhood. He was like, which neighborhood? She was like, I live in one of the neighborhoods. He was like, which one? She said that's how he was asking y'all, like, which one? Which one? Where you live? I know some people about to be like, why didn't y'all report him? Y'all, we reported this man so many times. But like I told y'all before, he was the best history teacher in our grade level. As a matter of fact, when all of us took our STAR test, our class was the class who had the highest scores compared to all the other history teachers. That's how good of a teacher he was. And I felt like they basically played with fire. Because he was a good teacher, they let him stick around. Because he had a lot of different stories of girls saying that he made sexual advances towards them, and that he was staring. There was one girl, one time, she said she had her chest open here, and like he was literally, y'all, going like this, staring down at her boobs. There was so many allegations, and this man never got fired. This man never got fired, y'all. So at this point, my friend says that she gets very uncomfortable, and she tells him, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I already know how to do it now. Because she said that he kind of already explained damn near everything to her. She still needed more information, but she said she was just gonna go figure it out because he was making her feel very uncomfortable. So I guess she came home and she called me and she told me. I know some people finna say, well, you know, you need to comfort your friend, but the main thing I told her was, I told you not to go to those tutorials. Like, I told you not to go to his tutorials. I went to his tutorials one time by accident, and I seen nothing but girls in his tutorials. This man is running some type of scheme that we don't know nothing about. I told your ass not to go to his tutorials. You don't listen. She's like, yeah, I know. You told me, like, da-da-da. Like, we're just talking about it. And I was like, you know what, girl? You're going to be fine. Like, I was just telling her, you're going to be fine. Don't go to his tutorials no more. Like, he's a fucking pervert. Like, it's that simple. He's a fucking pervert. Now I really start disliking him. Like, before, none of us liked him. None of us never liked him. Outside of the pervertish behavior, he was a very rude man. So nobody never liked him. So, but the pervertish is like it added the cherry on top. So I started disliking him even more. So now let's get into him and his teaching ways. So basically, he claimed that our class was bad. So what he would do for our class, and our class only, is when we will walk in, he wouldn't even tell us, oh, you guys, y'all have a quiz today. He will literally have the quiz on the projector, and it will be like quiz 1 through 10, and then he will, like, you will have to take out a piece of paper, and like, let's say the first question is, what color is the sky? And there's answer choices. You just write A, B, C, or D on your paper. And what he would do is he would take the projector and he would scroll up to number 2. He would scroll up to number 3. Now, y'all already know in high school, once you transition classes, you don't just run to the class and sit in your desk and start doing the work. Like, you don't do that. You run inside the class, you joke, you play, you talk with your peers, you know, you laugh, you make little jokes, and then you finally sit down when you get the chance to sit down. So what Mr. Army would do is he purposely knew that that's what we did. So he will already have the quiz on and popping from the very first minute that we walk in. And so when we're doing, and mind you, we wouldn't even know it's a quiz because he always had the projector on. So we wouldn't even, and we didn't have a quiz every day. That's another thing. So the projector was always on. So we wouldn't even look at the projector sometimes because we would just be thinking the projector is on for him to teach the lecture of the day. But no, there would be days where there will be a quiz on the board. But since we're trying to walk in and get situated, he will specifically not tell us anything, and he will literally keep scrolling up until to like question number 5, and somebody yells, "Bro, there's a quiz, and everybody starts rushing to get their papers together. And we're asking him, can you go up to number 4? Could you go up to number 3? And he's like, no. And that's how he used to talk, y'all. He's like, no. Or he'll either say no like that, or he'll ignore us. This man used to ignore us. I remember, and I'm gonna tell y'all that one story time. And when I tell y'all that story time, bro, y'all finna be on y'all heads. Like, that was the funniest day of that class. Let's get this video to 2,000 likes, and I will tell that story time with the quickness. When one of the students was finna fight him on the last day of school. That was one of the funniest story times. So basically, he had an ignoring game. Like, he would ignore the hell out of you. So he would either say no, or he would ignore you. He would act like you don't exist. Pretend you guys are the students. Like, pretend this camera is the students, and pretend I'm Mr. Army. Y'all literally will say, "Mr. Army, could you go back up to number 3? He'll look like this. Why are you being so childish at your big Jurassic Park age? Go up to number 1. You knew that we were trying to get situated when we came in here. Why would you start the quiz knowing that we're trying to get situated?" Then he would come around talking about time's up. That's how he would talk. So there was a time where he came and he started collecting papers, and people are like complaining like, "Man, I needed one more." And he'll be like, oh well, time's up. Give me the paper. So he came near my desk, and I just was not budging, okay? Because I needed like 3 questions. So I already knew I was sitting at a 70. And that's a 70 without him even taking away points from the other shit that might be wrong. So I told him, I'm like, you need to go up to number 3, 2, and 1. I still need number 3, 2, and 1. Y'all, he was in my ear. Mind you, I'm in the desk looking up at him like, and I have my paper, and I'm like, could you go up to number 3, 2, and 1? Like, I'm not done with my quiz, and I don't want to fail. He's standing over me. Mind you, he's not looking at me, because remember I told you he will look away. He talking about some time's up, with his eyes closed, being childish. Talking about time's up, give it here. He yelling, give it here. He talking about it's either you give it here, we not gonna count your shit. He didn't say shit. He said quiz, but shit, you could have. He should. I heard shit. I don't care. So this is the quiz, right? And pretend my hand is the desk. Like I told you guys before, I was a very bad student. So what was irritating me was I was trying to talk and he was talking over me. So I was like telling him, Mr. Army, I really don't want to fail. And while I'm talking to him, he's literally talking over me, screaming, time's up. I literally took the paper and I went like that, and it fell on the ground, right? Swooshed the paper on the ground, and I was like, and I looked up at that, I was like, pick it up now, nigga. And I said, nigga, y'all don't understand. I was a bad child. I was such a bad child. So I picked it up and I was like, I swooshed it on the desk, and the paper fell to the ground right in front of his feet. Now everybody in the class is like, oh, no, because it's like, now you're pissing me off because you want us to fail type shit. Now you're pissing me off. So I told him, I said, pick it up, nigga. Pick it up. He said, oh, really? I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pick it up. He picks it up, and he literally, mind you, he's standing like right here. He literally brings the paper right here to my face, like right here, y'all, and he does this. And he throws the paper at me. He throws the paper at my face and says, congratulations, you failed. Get out of here. You stupid pervert. Y'all, I kid you not, I went hammer. I started screaming. Y'all know me. I started screaming. I got out of my desk. I was like, stupid bitch. Da, da, da. Like, I started screaming at him. So now, mind you, he's screaming back at me. And he's like, get out, get out, get out. And he used to say that all the time to every student. Because this, like, a lot of students used to try to attack him because he was such a petty professor. So, like, whenever it would get out of hand, he'll be yelling, get out, get out, get out, get out. That's how he would be yelling. So he starts yelling, get out, get out, get out now, get out, get out. I was like, fuck you, nigga, get me out, get me out. So I start screaming. I'm at his desk and I'm tapping. I'm like, get me the fuck out. And I took the paper and I threw it back at him. So now it's hitting his face and shit. And he's like, yo, you getting in trouble today. I said, yeah, bitch. I said, yeah, bitch, you was the first motherfucker that threw the paper at me. You're getting in trouble today. So he calls, and this is the same shit that he used to tell the monitors. Every single time that he will call the front desk, this is the same shit that he will literally tell the monitors every time. And I just used to be like, nigga, if you can't stand up for yourself, just say that, okay? He would literally call and he would be like, hello? Yeah, we need people up here right now. It's getting out of hand. The students are getting out of hand. Everybody in this class is getting out of hand. And we need people up here right now. Bro, I know this is history class, but World War IV is not happening in this class. Why are you on this phone acting as if something crazy or magical is happening in this class when you're just being the asshole and students are reacting to the fact that you're being an asshole, and you get surprised that students are reacting to the fact that you're being an asshole, and now all of a sudden you want to call monitors and APs and people's parents to tell them how bad of a student they are. You started it, Mr. Army, with your perverted fucking ass. You started it. So at this point, the monitors come and they get me out the class, and he ends up writing me up, and he tells the monitors everything that happened. But like, I was trying to tell the monitors how he was being petty and not letting us see the utter shit. And they confronted him about it. Of course, he denied it. Why would he say he did that? Because he would be out of line if they knew that he did that. So he said no. He was like, I always tell the students when they're about to take a quiz, you're a liar. And I literally was telling him, like, I could call the rest of the class and he'll be like, you don't need to get the other class involved. Take accountability for your own actions. Oh, you don't want me to get the rest of the kids involved because you know and I know that you're doing shit that you don't got no business doing. That's all it is. Like, let's just call it what it is. You feel me? Got sent to, I don't know if I got sent to ISS. Yes, I got sent to ISS for doing what I did. And he, of course, wanted to take it up a notch. He decided that he wanted my mother in a meeting to discuss my behavior in the class. So my mom, she calls me and she's like, what's this going on with Mr. Army saying that he wants a meeting with him? So I'm looking like, what the hell does Mr. Army want a meeting with you for? Like, what? Like, what the hell does Mr. Army want a meeting with you for? She's like, I don't really know what's going on, but he said he wants a meeting. He said that your classroom etiquette is despicable. And then on top of that, another thing that I used to hear is that Mr. Army used to be lying in those parents' meetings. He used to lie. So as far as I'm concerned, you're not gonna be sitting in this class lying to my mom, telling my mom that I'm doing shit and I'm not doing shit. And guess what, y'all? He requested if I wasn't in that meeting. Why you don't want me to be in that meeting? Huh? Why you don't want me to be in that meeting? Nah. So I told my mom was like, yeah, he don't want you in a meeting. I said, mommy, let me know when you coming up to the school. She told my son, he doesn't want you in the meeting, Mushy. I don't care. I don't care whether he wants me in the meeting or not. I'm going to be in this meeting because this man is a liar. So I said, mommy, let me know when you up at that school. So one day my mom texts me and she says, I'm on the way to your school now. I said, oh, okay, let me know when you get to his class. She's like, I'm walking towards his class. I'm like, oh, okay. So I asked my teacher, because this is a different class period. I said, ma'am. She's like, yes, what's up, Irene? I'm like, can I go to the restroom? She's like, yeah, sure, you can go to the restroom. I'm like, okay, thank you now. So I run down that damn hallway and I go to Mr. Army's class. Because one thing you are not about to do is you are not about to lie to my mother and make it seem like I'm a bad student when you are an antagonizer. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You can see, I can see them through the mirror. I don't know about you guys' high school, but sometimes you can see the window. And if you look in the window, you can see like what's going on in the classroom. So before I opened the door, I looked in the window and I seen him, like he was moving his hands, explaining to my mom, and my mom was just sitting in the desk and she was nodding her head. Oh bitch, what did Lil Wayne said? I'm going in and I'ma go hard, and I'ma go hard. I'm going in, no more, say no more, I'm going in. I went in the classroom, y'all. Mr. Army looked like he didn't seen a motherfucking ghost. Mr. Army looked like he seen the motherfucking sex kitten in flesh, y'all. He literally was like, yeah, very nice to meet you. You thought, you fucking thought. So he was like, he starts stuttering. I'm like, he's stuttering. My mom is looking at me like, really, Bushy? So I'm like, let me stop. Hi, Irene. I say, hey. What you doing here? I requested for a meeting only with your mom. You cannot request for a meeting with my mom without the student. You can't do that. You have an issue with me. I want to know what you're telling my mom. I want to make sure that you are not feeding my mother lies. Continue on with this meeting. I'm not going to interject, but I just want to know what you're telling my mother. Okay. Yeah. Different tune when I walk in this bitch, huh? Yeah, I knew your ass was lying. I could tell from the window the way you were moving your hands like you were a rapper that you were lying. Okay, continue with your lies now. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here to debunk everything you have to say. I'm here. He told myself, literally, y'all, this is how he's talking. Irene is a good student. She's very smart. I moved her across, and what did I say at the beginning, y'all? I told y'all that he moved me across the room because he thought I was cheating from Couture's paper, but he never said that, but I observed it. Because like I told you, I'm a good observer. And he said it in the meeting. He said, I moved her across the class because I thought she was cheating off her friend's paper, but turns out she's actually really smart. Let me continue what else he said. At this point now, this man is telling my mom everything positive about me, as if I'm about to win the AB Honor Award or the Perfect Attendance Award. He's literally telling my mom, she always gets to class on time. She's such a smart student. She always passes. Majority of the quizzes she's passed. Majority of the homework she passes. She's such a good student. Like, she's such an excellent student. She said, we just have a couple of problems with her, you know, sometimes being a little rude to me. But for the most part, she's a good student. Looking at my mom. And I'm looking at him like this. Keep talking. Yep. Keep talking. And my mom's looking at both of us. And my mom is trying to figure out, why is she here? Like, literally, my mom is trying to figure out. And literally, y'all, as soon as I walked in, he talked for like 30 more seconds and that was it. He didn't say nothing. And so my mom started talking, and my mom started talking to me about like my behavior and how I need to just, you know, calm down and this and that. My mom did not talk for a long time too. She only talked for 30 seconds. And I was just looking at her like I understood that I was rude to him by throwing the paper in his face or whatever, but he started it, you know what I mean? And guys, this is a pervert we're talking about. Like, he deserves more than paper thrown in his face. I'm sorry. So my mom's talking to me and everything, and he's just looking and he's being nice as hell or whatnot. And then all of a sudden, the meeting is over. Why did you call my mother up to this school to give her a 2-minute meeting? We leave the class and my mom ended up telling him bye, and he tells my mom bye, and then he says, see you in class later, Irene, because I still had to go to his class that day. And I just was like, like, yeah, nigga, you fucking tried it. You thought, listen, this is the key word, you thought that you were gonna be here in this bitch lying to my mom. You thought. That's the reason why you said you wanted a meeting only with my mom, because you thought. And it's not gonna happen. Because he knew that if he tried it, I was gonna lay him out, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, there would be times where I used to call him pervert or pedophile. I used to call it, I don't care. I don't care. When me and him would get into it, I'll be like, you fucking pedophile, you fucking pervert. Surprisingly, his ass would never write me up. He would never call my mom nothing, because he knew he was a pervert and he knew he was a fucking pedophile. Basically, when the meeting was over, me and my mom both walked out the room, and literally my mom looked at me and like she had like this straight face on her, like she was upset. She was like, and I was just looking at her like, I know you're not gonna start with me in this hallway. This man tried to lie to you, okay? I know from the hand gestures and me seeing him move and how angry he was lying on me before I walked in that bitch. Don't get mad at me for his lies. That's just how I was looking at my mom, like, what? Like, are you gonna say something now? So she looks at me and out of nowhere, she's like, y'all, I literally was like, because my mom is not one of those, like, if you call my mom up to the school, she's not going to be happy. Like, she's going to go off on me. But this lady was laughing as if we just left a comedy show. So I was like, Mommy, why are you laughing? She was like, that man is a liar. That's exactly how she said it with her accent. And I was laughing. I told you, Mommy, I told you he's a liar. And I was like, what was he saying when we first got it? She basically said that he was saying everything negative about me. He was telling her that I laugh like a hyena. I'm an antagonizer. This and that, da da da, this and that. And he said that she said that as soon as I walked in, and mind you, before I walked in, she was saying, can you further elaborate? Can you give me examples to when my daughter was doing those things? And he could not even give her examples. But as soon as I walked in, he changed up his whole tune, as I knew he would. And I said, Mommy, I told you. There was a reason why he only wanted you in that meeting. There was a reason he didn't want me in that meeting. If I never entered that meeting, y'all, this pervert would have just been spilling the beans about me, and spilling the wrong beans at that. Because I'm not going to lie, me and him used to go back and forth in class. I did go off on him a couple of times. But you're not going to sit around here and act like you didn't poke at me. And then when I attacked you back, you acted surprised because you thought that a student's not supposed to go off on a teacher. I had way more story times about students going off on this man, and yeah, we're gonna get into those like in later dates. But this is the introduction. This is the introduction to my pervert ass teacher named Mr. Army. And he did some more pervert shit to me later on throughout the school year that I'm going to tell in a different story time. I don't know how many parts I want to break this story time up into. I might break it into 3 or 4 parts because y'all, this man did a lot. Like, there was a lot of times where I got suspended because of him, because he used to write me up. I got kicked out of the class. I got kicked out of his class 3 times a week in that class. And then I'm going to tell your ass what he did at the end that really made me wanted to fucking beat his ass the hell up. Like, I really wanted to beat him up. But that was the beginning. This meeting and everything happened in the beginning of the school year. This is when I knew that this man was going to be a troublesome teacher for the rest of the school year. And the funny part about it is, my mom said that in the meeting, he called my mom beautiful. And I told my mom, I said, Mommy, he's a pervert. Because my mother said the way he called her beautiful wasn't like, oh, you're very pretty. Okay, let's proceed with the meeting. She said that he was like, you look good. You're very beautiful. I said, Mommy, I told you that this man was a pervert. I told you. I told you. And my mom even called later on. She called the school to complain later on. And of course, like how all of us complained, nothing happened to him. We still would see him all the time in the hallways, in our classes, teaching. Everybody complained about this man. Because I know some people are about to be asking, why didn't y'all complain? We all complained about this man. This man denied, and we didn't really have no valuable proof because nobody really thought to like record him or you know, so he got away with everything. But basically, from what my mother described, when she walked in the room, he was like, I just personally think in general, and that's why I call Mr. Army a pervert, because he didn't just like little girls, he liked women in general. And I personally feel like if you were a woman, he was going to try to shoot his shot at you or try to... He didn't care about his wandering eyes. He didn't care. And so when he seen my mom, he was like... And he told my mom that she looks very good. Keep your fucking eyes off my mother, Mr. Pervert. Not Mr. Army. Not Mr. Navy. Mr. Pervert. Keep your fucking hands off of my motherfucking mother. Keep your fucking eyes off of my motherfucking mom. Watch out, little bitch. Ugh. And when my mom told me that, I was just like, Mommy, please stop talking about this man. Like, please stop. Now, later on that day, I ended up going to the class and his ass was being so nice to me. This was like the only time to where this man was being nice. And I do not care what none of y'all in the comments say. I personally feel like he had a crush on my mother. So because he had a crush on my mother, he started being nice to me. Because from that day forward, he was not that mean to me like how he was before my mom came to that meeting. Then on top of that, throughout the school year, he will ask, how's your mother doing? How's your mom doing? And that's how he would talk with his bald-headed ass. He will always be like, how's your mom doing? And I'll be like, she good, why? You looking for her? And I used to say it just like that with attitude, because it's like, why are you keep worried about my mom? You worry about my mom's well-being more than me. You ain't never asked me how I was doing, Mr. Pervert. You ain't never asked me. You ain't never asked me. And I really wish you did ask me, because if you asked me, I would have told you that I'm tired of your fucking perverted ass. And I'm tired of you staring at students. And I'm tired of you failing us. And I'm tired of you calling monitors to get us out of this classroom. And I'm just tired of you. No, you don't never ask us how we doing, because you know we ain't doing good in this class. Stop asking me how my mother's doing. She's married, okay? In case you're wondering. And so he will always be like, how's your mom doing? How's your mom doing, Irene? And I'll be like, she good. Why are you worried about her? And he'll be like, why you being mean? I just want to know how she doing. Nigga, move. Yeah, y'all, for the rest of that day, his ass was acting nice as hell to me. He was being nice. He was being kind and shit. And that's when I knew that I was dealing with a nasty, nasty motherfucker. And looking back at it, he should have got fired. His ass should have definitely got fired, because he did a lot. There were a lot of stories about him sexually, I never heard a story about him touching girls or anything like that. I don't think he went that far, but there was always a story of him making sexual remarks towards girls, and there were stories about him looking at girls in a very inappropriate and lustful manner. And there were times where he would look at me in a very lustful manner. So I knew that these girls were not lying. But yeah, y'all, that's the introductory to my pervert teacher. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Like I told you guys below, it only takes 1 second. Just hit that subscribe button, because I have way more videos. And you also want to subscribe because you guys want to see part 2 to this video of this teacher. Also, go ahead and give this video 2,000 likes so I can go ahead and make part 2 of this story time. I love you guys so much. And if you guys want a makeup tutorial on how I do this updated face routine, because I really like this face routine, if you guys want a makeup tutorial, let me know down below. I will probably film one this weekend. I love you guys. Don't gotta say it twice. If you don't know, my name is Irene, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.